It's the most important time of the year. Time to get ready to vote. By now, almost everyone's made up their mind about how they're voting at the top of the ticket. But have you figured out how you're going to vote on the rest of the ballot? Does thinking about all those options make you feel anxious or overwhelmed? Today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about why it's so important to vote all the way down the ballot and the resources that you can use in order to be a more informed voter. The farther you scroll down the ballot, the more unfamiliar and obscure some of the candidates, offices, and propositions may seem. It can be tempting to throw up your hands and just ignore those sections. But don't make that mistake. Why? You've all heard the phrase that all politics are local. But what isn't commonly considered is that local politics are far more likely to have direct impacts on your life than whoever's taking a seat in Washington, D.C. City council members decide things like rent control, city improvements, traffic, parks, etc. Judges and district attorneys decide law enforcement priorities in your neighborhood, anything from violent crime to white-collar crime, burglaries to drug use, and they help keep both criminals and police accountable for their actions. Referendums, propositions, and other voting measures decide everything from sales tax to constitutional amendments on fundamental rights. And even if you don't have any children yourself, voting for school board members is an important way of protecting the next generation of kids, because school board members are the folks that are just making the decisions around access to books and bathrooms and education around topics like sex and climate change. Okay, so how do you decide how to vote on all these things? Here are 5 sources I recommend. A great first stop is the official voter information guide that came free of charge from your Secretary of State's office. Here in California, these were mailed out a few weeks ago, but you can find it on their website or at your local library. They give a great preview of all the things you'll be able to vote for, so you can start doing your homework. They usually have great summaries of all the candidates and laws, as well as pro and con arguments and fiscal impacts. A wonderful shortcut is to check a trusted newspaper for their endorsements and their editorials, such as the LA Times or the New York Times. A fair-minded editor's board can be counted on to give pros and cons to each person or position, and then give you their reasons for leaning one way or another. From there, you can decide whether you agree with them or prefer to go a different direction. Sometimes these endorsements are hidden behind paywalls, but these days you can usually get a countable 4-week subscription for less than the cost of a burger, and it's well worth it this time of year. Third, get hyper-local with a trusted regional news source, such as LAist here in Los Angeles. San Francisco and New York and other cities have other similar neighborhood newsletters, local radio media. Those are all great places to get to know super local candidates and issues on your ballot. Fourth, trusted advocacy groups such as the ACLU, Stonewall Voter Guide, Courage California, and my personal favorite, the League of Women Voters, can be a quick and easy way to align your votes with people and groups with similar values. And what about all those judges? Well, last but not least, your county bar association can be a fantastic resource to make sure that your candidate wanting to be judge is qualified. They'll also tell you whether somebody is well qualified or not qualified at all. So that's it. That's 5 important resources that will help you become a more informed voter this year. And I'll give you a bonus tip. If those of you that are in California or the Los Angeles area, if you DM me, I'll be sure to share with you a little personal voting guide that I created for myself and my friends. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends and subscribe below to keep tuning in for more insights on today's politics. And remember, if you don't do politics, politics is going to do you.